One of the biggest costs of living a natural, supernatural life is being misunderstood. Anyone who promotes a supernatural life, at some point, I can guarantee you, you're going to be misunderstood. You will be. You'll be persecuted for it. Now, here's the thing that you wouldn't think of. Oftentimes, it's not the world who is bringing about the persecution. Oftentimes, it actually comes from within the church. And it hurts a lot more that way because these are brothers and sisters of the faith. And it hurts to be persecuted by brothers and sisters, far more than it does from a stranger. Now, what I have normally recognized is that these people that speak badly of someone who is operating in the supernatural, whether they're saying that it's demonic or whether they're, whatever they're saying about it, they sincerely love Jesus oftentimes. Like really do, are authentic Christians that want to live out a life pleasing to God. What I've noticed is that normally there is a religious spirit operating there. And what happens when there's a religious spirit operating in these situations? The religious spirit wants one primary thing. It wants control. And so when the supernatural takes place, our control really begins to cease because God then is in control. What else does the religious spirit want? It wants to be able to understand, to fully comprehend. There are going to be supernatural experiences that occur that you're not going to be able to fully comprehend and understand. And so the religious spirit sees that, and because they can't comprehend it in their natural way of thinking and what they consider to be wisdom, they will either call it the devil or call it wacky, call it not of God, whatever they say. And you yourself, because you're operating in it and because it's flowing through you, you yourself are going to experience the persecution because of that. But we must not allow the fear of being misunderstood to keep us from the will of God for our life. Let me tell you, if you are after having everyone like you, have everyone applaud you, if you are after not rocking the boat and just keeping things safe and simple, there's the door. This isn't for you. The supernatural lifestyle is not for you if that's your main motivation. Now, I think that most of you, probably all of you in this room, feel otherwise. And so, understanding that living a lifestyle that is supernatural will bring about persecution leads us to a place where we stand in boldness to the truth. We don't cower in fear for being misunderstood or being persecuted. We have to place the approval of God above the approval of men. Galatians 1:10, Paul says, "For am I now seeking the favor of men or of God? Or am I striving to please men? If I were still trying to please men, I would not be a bondservant to Christ." Now, I want to point you to some material in your workbook. Appendix 3 talks about how you respond to criticism, to offense, to disagreements, that type of thinking. Because I want to share with you, when you are cursed, when you are persecuted, when you are misunderstood, it is absolutely critical the way in which you respond. You can actually hinder your ability to walk in the power of God and in the will of God if you are responding the wrong way. We do not respond to opposition with a negative attitude, with bitterness. Those might be natural inclinations that boil up when it happens. It's happened to me plenty of times. As you'll see as you read that article in Appendix 3, having those feelings initially is not the main problem. What the main problem is what you're going to do with it. After you feel this way, after you feel that boiling up in you, what are you going to do with those feelings? Are you going to do what is pleasing to the flesh and fight back and talk bad about that person too and show up with bitterness and spite and anger, slandering the other person who's been speaking badly about you? Or are you going to do what Jesus has asked us to do? To bless and to not curse. He calls us to a different path. that in and of itself is crucifying the flesh. One of the hardest things to do, in my opinion, is to respond in a loving and caring way to somebody who is attacking you. A lot of times saying false things about you. We all just want to be understood. But there's going to be times in this journey where you won't be. And the way that you respond to it is of vital importance.